Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Haloyam La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles, to the bishops, to the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, Shalom. And ultimately in this lesson, I want to go into the fact that this new song, right, the gospel, this truth, is being sung throughout the four corners of the earth. And this is biblical prophecy. Now, the new song is what? Like I said, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, when you go into the word new, ultimately it means renewed or refreshed. Because this truth is not new, but in this time frame, this period of time, it is new, right? Because this truth wasn't being taught up until around the 70s, right? Around 1969, 1970. That's when the Lord put the spirit on Elder Abba Bivens, right? Who we believe to be Elijah the prophet. When you read Malachi, the 4th chapter, the 5th and the 6th verse, when you read Malachi 4 and 5, it says, what it reads, excuse me, it reads, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse." Now, we believe that was Elder Abba Bivens, right? We believe that the Lord put the spirit on because Elder Abba Bivens started teaching out of the New Testament and going into linking so-called Negroes, Latinos, so-called Hispanics, and Native Americans to the children of Israel, right? And also he started going out to the highways and byways. And ultimately, the men that came after him, right, the elders of our current apostles, and now our current apostles are at the forefront. And we've all have entered into each other's labors, I should say. Right, when it comes to the elders of the apostles, our current apostles entered into their labors, right? And then you had the the apostles teaching, and then around 2007, that's when the apostles and the bishops, right? Ultimately, Elder Apostle Tahar started uploading to YouTube, and then you had the elders of 2007. Come in and so on and so forth. So we entered into other men's labors. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Bear with me. I may have to go to Google. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's search it here on Google. All right. St. John 4 and 38. I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors. Okay? So it was men that was teaching this truth before us. And we believe that Elder Abba Bivens is Elijah the prophet, who is also John the Baptist, right? For who can receive it, for whoever can receive it. And he was the first one in this time period to start, teaching in the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. So now, Psalms 149:1. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh, sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Right? Now you go into this word new. Now in the Old Testament, which is based upon the Hebrew, and the New Testament more so based upon the Greek when you go into certain definitions of words. Now the word here is I believe it's kadash, kawadash, new thing, fresh. Okay. So ultimately, this truth is new, it was fresh, refreshed in this period of time. Okay. And now this truth, this new song is being sung by the saints, the prophets. Okay, because the Lord said that the prophets was going to come back in this in the last days, man. Okay, and to prophesy, right? And that's what's going on right now. As a matter of fact, Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. The 3 days and a half being a period of 350 years. And they stood upon their feet, speaking about the prophets. Right? When you see the men of the Lord, when you see the prophets on the highways and byways, you see them standing upon their feet, prophesying, man. And great fear fell upon them which saw them, mainly speaking about the wicked elite. See, these wicked elite, they understand that their time is short. Okay, so ultimately, as far as the rulership, that this devil has, is coming to an end. So that's why you see the prophets on the highways and byways, right? Whether the people understand it or not, this is biblical prophecy that's playing out in real time. Okay, and is leading to our salvation, as it says in Romans, the 11th chapter, Salakia, the 13th chapter and the 11th verse. It reads, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Okay, so our salvation is near. But see, these, it's a process to it. Certain things has to play out. The Lord had to wake us up, bring us back to our remembrance. Right. I believe that's in Jude, where the Lord said that he was going to stir up our pure minds. Well, you know what? I think that's in Peter, but I'll read this real quick. Jude, let's go to the 5th verse. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. So the Lord, it says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this. Ultimately, when it comes to this truth, if we're of the elect, we've always known this truth, but the Lord had it to where, ultimately, what I'll say it like this, right? When it comes to reincarnation, which means literally coming back in the flesh, you don't remember what you've done in your previous time on earth, right? If you've ever seen the Men in Black movie, remember the pen with that white light, when they flash it in your eyes, you forget, you forget the things that you knew prior, before they flash that pen in your eye, that light into your eye. Well, when it comes to reincarnation, we don't remember our previous lives. Okay. So ultimately, things that we've already known, we may have lost it when we come back in the flesh, and the Lord has to bring us back to our remembrance. That's how it is with this truth. Okay. And that's just the way that the Lord has it set up. The prophets that we read about, we could be reading about ourselves and we don't even know it. But at the end of the day, the Lord knows it. Okay. So when it comes to this truth, the Lord took the truth away from us, but he's giving it back into us. Right. So bringing us back to our remembrance of former things. Okay. And I want to really, this is what I wanted to get. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Okay, that you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so this new song, which is this truth, is being pushed again via the prophets, man. Psalms 149:1, praise ye the Lord Yahweh, sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Okay. Isaiah chapter 42. Let's just go to the point. Isaiah 42:10. Sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. So this new song is being sung. Okay. And ultimately, it's going to lead us to our salvation, man. Right? Because it's reminding us of who we are and ultimately who our power is. Baruch 2:30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Right? And we're still captive. Right? We're still up under the rulership of Esau Edom, so meaning that we're still captive. But while we're in our captivity, we know who we are now. Okay, we know who the true power is. We know who we are to praise and worship. Okay, and that's all thanks to Yahweh Shai. Because if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai loosening the seals, right? Ultimately, the seals representing the truth, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. If it wasn't for Yahweh Shai going on the cross for us, we wouldn't have this truth. Right? Revelation 5, and I'm gonna get to the point, 5:5. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, speaking about Yahweh Shai, of course, have prevailed to open the book. The book being what? The scriptures, the Holy Bible. Right? This wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the truth, which is contained in the book, the Bible, to loose the 7 seals thereof. The seals, 7 just means completion. The seals representing this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the true interpretation of the Bible. So if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai revealing this truth unto us, we would all be through, man. Okay. So while we're in our captivity, the Lord has allowed us to remember ourselves. Verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, their power. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear. Right? Heart representing, when you go into the word heart, in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the word heart means lab, which means your mind. Okay? Ultimately talking about your spirit. Okay? For I will give them an heart and ears to hear. Okay? Understanding of the scriptures, man. The true interpretation of the scriptures. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. Okay, the true name of the Lord, right? And the Lord has given us his name while we're still in captivity, man. Okay. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. Okay. So the Lord gave us this truth so that we ultimately can be delivered. He gave us this truth so that we can go out and teach. Okay. So that the elect can be brought in and be sealed, so that the Lord can bring the judgment and the destruction to Babylon the Great, America, take down Esau, Edom. Okay. But in order for the destruction to come, the elect has to be sealed. And the only way the elect could be sealed is if this truth is being taught, so that they can learn the truth and go out and teach as the Lord commanded, so that the elect can be sealed, and so that we can get up out of here, man. Okay. Because at the end of the day, this current life that we're living, this is just a small, a small portion in time, I should say, because we're about to live forever. We're about to live for an eternity. We just had to learn what wickedness is so that we can judge it, man. Okay. And that is what ultimately, that's the reason why the Lord had us go off. Right. We had to experience this so that we can understand what wickedness is and we can appreciate righteousness, man. So everything is moving according to plan, according to the Lord's plan, man. OK. And I'll finish out Baruch 2 and 34 and 35. Baruch 2 and 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers. Yeah, the Lord never forgot about the promise that he made unto our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, these peons in the world, they don't like to mention, Isaac and Jacob, right? These heathen, these Christians, they'll talk about Abraham, but they don't talk about the promise that the Lord made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the seed of Jacob, right? They don't talk about that, but see, the Lord never forgot. Okay. And the Lord is not going to go back on his promise, man. Okay. So the Lord is bounded by his word. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's inevitable. It's meant for us to rule, and we're going to rule, man. Right. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they shall be lords of it. So we're about to have dominion, right? And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished, because we're going to rule forever. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. Okay, so the Lord is getting ready to deliver us, man. I'll end off on this right here. Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, all 12 tribes, and set them in their own land. And the strangers, the Israelite foreigners, let's prove that when it goes into the strangers, the Hebrew word is gar. And right here is the point of foreigners in Israel. Israelite foreigners, Israelites who don't know that they're Israelites, man. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So at the end of the day, man, we're about to get the victory, man. Everything is according to plan that's going to lead to the victory. All right. Until next time, shalom.